My name is Gbenga Okejimi. I'm the country manager for Nigeria and Ghana at World Remit. Prior to the time I joined World Remit, I used to work in the Nigerian banking industry. I have over a decade experience in remittances and money transfer, covering areas like retail management, strategy, operations, and compliance. Okay, World Remit is a leading global payments provider. We are a UK-based company with headquarters in London in the United Kingdom. We facilitate transfers from the diaspora, precisely 57 countries to 130 receive countries globally. We started over a decade ago, shaped by the vision of our founder, Dr. Ishmael Ahmed, and we have been in Nigeria now facilitating transfers, connecting loved ones together. We moved money transfer, basically remittances, from offline to mobile app. Prior to now, what you see is that senders and receivers, or basically people living in the diaspora, they try to take time out from their busy schedule. Some of them working multiple jobs. They take time out to send money transfers to their loved ones at home. So they will have to visit corner shops, and they also pay extortionate fees. So at World Remit, what we have done is to simplify the process, to make it very easy and convenient for them by ensuring that at the tap of a few buttons on their mobile phone or on their computer, they are able to send transfers to their loved ones. And of course, it is very safe, very secure and convenient, and of course we charge very low fees. To prevent fraud, it is very essential that the users are educated on how to stay safe when they are online. So we do recommend really a three-pronged approach when you are sending money or when you are operating online. We advocate that you stop before you send the money, look at it, review it very well. You don't, when somebody requests funds from you, you need to be very sure who is actually requesting the funds. Then we also say you challenge. You do not have to send money to everyone that has requested money from you. It is only a criminal that will try to force you to send money. Then lastly, we say protect. If you discover that you have sent money to maybe a scammer, it is advisable that you get in touch with your bank and report to them, and or you also contact your regulatory authorities for remedy. Now at World Remit, what we have done is that we've brought in technology to simplify this process for them. It's a 24/7 service. That means that even in the comfort of your home or office, you can actually send money to your loved ones. So that actually distinguishes us, because we've brought in a lot of flexibility, a lot of convenience, we've brought in a lot of safety. Then of course your mind will be at rest that you are sending money. And these platforms are actually very safe because we've ensured that they are secured. Beyond that, we have provided a platform that is recognized by international bodies, international financial bodies, and information security institutions that have certified that our platforms are quite safe. So it's something that has distinguished us. The digital transformation that we have brought into the remittance space has actually differentiated us from the legacy players that we used to know. Now, when you have sent the money, how does your receiver receive the funds? Now, we have provided quite a number of channels where receivers can actually receive the funds. You can either receive them into your bank accounts, you can receive them into your mobile money account, or you cannot receive them as airtime top-up. And lastly, you can receive them as cash pickup, because in a place like Nigeria, where cash is still dominant, you also need to consider the environment where the recipient is. So we have 4 various channels where receivers can actually receive their funds. Diaspora remittances. Diaspora remittance is actually quite important. It is a lifeline for so many families and in Nigeria, even across Africa. To a very large extent, if you have been very observant, for like 3 years in a row, the World Bank kept saying that, reporting rather, that Nigeria receives about $25 billion annually. 25 billion, sometimes $24 billion or $22 million. But looking at the statistics of oil receipts for 2018, if I remember very well, I think the total receipt from oil and gas is actually $18 billion, while remittance is about $25 billion. What that signifies is that Nigeria actually exports human capital to the diaspora rather than oil. So our human capital actually generates more funds for us. Now, there is also a study that says by the United Nations that stated that about 1.2 billion youths are growing up in the digital era. And remittance is actually a significant part of what these youths were involved in, because what it means is that a lot of these youths, especially in places like Nigeria, where you see a lot of immigration, they are leaving their communities to go and seek greener pastures elsewhere or to go for education. There is an expectation that they will give back to their community to develop the community where they left. Now, in terms of that, it shows that remittances are actually very significant. And if you look at it, in the aftermath of the COVID-19 situation, technological innovation through the use of smartphones and internet-related things is actually very important. We are trying to evolve new ways of living, of doing business in the aftermath of the COVID-19 pandemic. So as we evolve, it is very expedient for us to put in smart solutions, especially in finance, so that financially excluded people can actually be given the opportunity to also have access to financial services. So with all these in mind, and with people migrating to other places, we actually believe that there is a lot of potential for increase in growth of remittances to Africa. We are actually an operator that is licensed by the Central Bank of Nigeria. We are in constant talks with the Central Bank of Nigeria. We are partnering for the economic growth of the Nigerian economy. No matter what, if you're working in the financial services industry, you have to abide by regulations. The backbone of the financial services industry is actually regulation, because the truth is this: yes, the CBN may have come hard on some fintechs, as you mentioned. Everybody has to be in line with what the regulatory body actually wants. Now, what usually happens is that not all of us see what the CBN sees. CBN actually looks at things from the micro and macroeconomic perspective. They see a lot of things. They have to take a decision on how it affects the economy. They have to take a decision on how it affects the individual person. So there has to be a lot of regulations that will drive the operations of fintechs. Anything that is financial services, it's very important, because we also need to appreciate the fact that if anything goes wrong, there is a tendency for us to say, why is the regulator not in place to check some of these things? If you recall, just recently, there has been some speculations around some Ponzi schemes, around people that have been defrauded because they invested in some Ponzi schemes that went southwards. The truth is that this is even the more reason why, once it concerns financial services, the CBN needs to play in that role, so that everybody will be in line. In my perspective, regulation is never too much. Regulation is never too much. The only thing we need to do is that economic growth should be the forefront of everything. And fintechs and the regulator, we need to work together so that we can align on the objectives that we want. Nigeria is still a cash-based economy, whether we like it or not. And we also understand that in the rural areas, some of these services are not available. So that's why we provided the option of the cash pickup service or airtime top-up. But aside from that, we understand that Africa is evolving. We are actually working with the Central Bank of Nigeria in all the initiatives that they are doing, because we understand that we need to bring the services closer to the people. My role entails sharing love, bringing families together, creating opportunities. As an organization in World Remit, we have a mantra, creating opportunities for people. We have provided a very good platform where loved ones can share love, because it goes beyond money. Yes, it's money that is being sent, but it also encourages constant communication. Everything that is happening to the sender in the US or wherever, and what is happening to the receiver in Nigeria, they communicate. So basically we see it as sharing love. We see it as creating opportunities, because we have provided a platform where you can easily communicate with your family, send money to your family. So going overseas to pursue greener pasture, to get education is no longer a problem, because you can still see that you can communicate with your community and ensure the development of your community. So basically, I share love. To a 10-year-old, I will just say, I share love. I bring people together. My name is Gbenga Okejimi. I am the country manager for Nigeria and Ghana at World Remit. You are watching Tech Talks on Guardian TV.